Hello, and welcome to the online orientation for English 120. Hi, I'm your instructor. My name is Dr. Iris Jamal Dunkel. I have an office, a physical office on campus, which is located in the second floor of the 1000 building in Office A. But I will not be physically there, mostly during the summer. I'll be holding virtual office hours on Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 11. What that means is you'll be able to reach me via email during those times or phone. I have my phone number listed here. I'll also set up virtual office hours within our Blackboard environment, and I will be telling you more about that later. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I've been teaching composition and literature for the last 10 years. I have an MFA in poetry from New York University and a PhD in American literature from Case Western Reserve University. And also, in addition to being a teacher, I'm also a poet. But you'll learn more about me in this week's first discussion forum, which is our introductions discussion. So I just want to talk briefly about the role of online instructors. It's really different learning in an online environment because my role as your instructor changes. I'm actually here as your guide rather than just as the expert at the front of the room. A lot of what's going to happen in an online learning environment is that I'm going to guide you, but you are going to have to be self-motivated to log on and do the work yourself each week. And let me tell you, in a summer course, this is a fast-paced course, so you do not want to fall behind. There's a little bit we need to talk about in regards to online etiquette. Online courses are based on the premise that students learn best in a community. However, some things don't change. The practices of courtesy and respect that apply in the ordinary classroom also apply online and require even more attention. Therefore, please use common courtesy and socially acceptable behavior in all communications, including email, chat, discussion boards, and blogs. Here's some guidelines. You want to make sure you participate in order to create a sense of community and also to get points. 30% of your grade is based on your participation in this course. You want to be polite, respectful, but also honest. You want to avoid shouting, which is writing in all caps in an online environment, and flaming, which is really being cruel or rude to your classmates in your responses. So just the key rule to this is just think before you type. You want to write clear posts and journals, and you want to communicate with your classmates and instructor. That means that when you write a response, you're going to use proper English. That means you're going to use spell check to make sure you haven't made any spelling errors. You're going to capitalize your sentences and use proper punctuation. A lot of the times people feel that because they're writing in a discussion post, they don't have to, or a journal post, they don't have to be formal. But the reality is you're writing for an academic course, and everything you write in this course should be academic. And that means using capital letters to begin sentences and using proper punctuation. Also, the most important thing you need to do to be successful and to be a member of our learning community is to be present. Don't forget to log in at least 3 to 4 times a week in this class. To learn or not to learn online. So many of you have committed to online learning by taking this class, but I want you to think about it. A lot of people think that learning online is easier than learning in face-to-face traditional classes. But the reality is that online learning can actually require sometimes more work than face-to-face learning. You'll actually do more writing in an online learning environment because that's our primary mode of communication. You need to be self-motivated, you need to exercise self-discipline, time management, and communication and organizational skills, and patience in order to succeed in this class. Please plan to participate fully and give this class the amount of time and attention needed to learn the material and to be successful as an online student. That means that you really need to make sure that you put aside time each week as if you were going to class. Otherwise, you will not be successful in this class. There's a couple of policies I need to go over in regards to our class. You need to make sure you abide by Napa Valley College's academic honesty policy. That means all work for this course must be done by you specifically for this course. Plagiarism involves passing off someone else's work as your own, either by failing to acknowledge others' words or ideas or by having someone else write your paper for you. Obviously, in a writing class, plagiarism is not tolerated at all. And you should know the consequences for plagiarizing. If you plagiarize an essay or other writing assignment, you will receive a failing grade, and if you do this multiple times, you will automatically fail this course. All right, so for many of you, this is a repeat online experience, and you already know how to use the online environment at Napa Valley College, but for some of you, this is your first time. So what follows is some information on how to get orientated and ready to learn in the online environment so you're ready to go on day 1, June 17th of our class. So before you log in to Blackboard at Napa Valley College, you'll need your student ID number, and this can be found on your registration receipt or in WebAdvisor. You need access to a PC or Mac computer. And when I say this, you're going to need access to a computer regularly in this class. So if you do not have access to a computer, it will be very difficult for you to pass this class. But for the purpose of accessing Blackboard, you need to have a computer that has Microsoft Word 2003 or 2007 or newer. You need Internet Explorer 7 or later, or Mozilla Firefox 3.0 or later, or Apple Safari 2 or later with Mac OS 10.4 or 10.5. You need Java 1.50 or later, and you need all pop-up blockers disabled. You need to have a good internet connection, you need to have good computer skills, and you need an environment where you can focus on your schoolwork. So there's a great video that Professor Kathy Gillis has put together on how to use Blackboard at Napa Valley College. I encourage you to watch this video before we get started in our class on June 17th. And there's a link to it here. Here's some basics on logging on to Blackboard. First step is to open your browser and type in Napa Valley College website address, and then click on, in the bottom right-hand corner, Online Education. Next, click on Log in to your class here on the top left-hand corner. Next, log in to the Blackboard login page. Your username was created using the first 2 letters of your first name, followed by the first 2 letters of your last name, followed by the last 4 digits of your Napa Valley College student ID. And there's some information on how to figure out your own. The default password for all students is, in all caps, student. Step 4, you want to edit your personal information and change so you can change your password, and details are listed here. Please review them and make sure that you change your password so that it's private. Logging in, step 5, this is the most important part, is to find our class, which is section 64398, Reading and Composition 1. Click on that course and that will take you into our class. All right. Just to get started, you always want to look at the course home page. That's where you'll see course announcements and what's due when. You want to use the buttons on the left-hand side of the course page to navigate through the Blackboard website. Each week, I'll post a new lesson, and that can be found under the Lessons tab, which is the first button on the left-hand side, navigation, and that will take you to the weekly assignments that will be due that week. There are also buttons for our conversations, which is our discussion forums, my reflections, which is your journal, comp class, which is our research component, course basics, and this is where you'll find a link to our class syllabus, and instructor details on how to reach me, your instructor. And finally, you must check your email and the course announcements regularly. You will receive course announcements from me on a weekly basis at least. in your email. I will be emailing out the course announcements as well, but please make sure you also log in as soon as you see that announcement. If you need help, there is a FAQ and there's a bunch of videos on the online education page. You can also look for the Q&A discussion board in Blackboard to see if your questions have already been addressed. Also, if you need further assistance, you can always email me, and I've listed my email address here. All right, so let's talk a little bit about our actual class, English 120. The first step in getting ready for our class is to familiarize yourself with our online classroom. Each week you'll find the assignments listed under the Lessons page. That's in the top left-hand corner. If you click on that link, you'll see the Lessons page. They will be posted by the end of the day on Sunday and at the beginning of the week. You want to plan on logging in every Monday morning to review what we do during that week. New weeks appear on top of old ones, but you will always be able to access previous week's folders. You are responsible for completing all readings and assignments for the week by the end of the week. If you do not turn things in by the end of the week, you may not receive credit for them. Each week you will also be participating in online discussion forums, and this is found under Our Conversations, writing active reading journal entries, which is found under My Reflections, and completing research lessons in your comp class. Second step to get ready for June 17th is to purchase your required text at the bookstore. On day one, you will need The Conscious Reader, which is our reader for this course, a hard copy of The Bedford Researcher, which is it teaches us about how to do research writing. You will also need access to comp class. If you buy the Bedford Researcher at our Napa Valley College bookstore, it automatically comes with an access code for comp class. If you buy the Bedford Researcher through a different method, you will need to register for comp class on your own. There is information on how to register for comp class under Course Basics. Which brings me to step 3, review Course Basics. Our class syllabus is located under Course Basics. Before our class begins, please review this important document. You will also see an overview of our class schedule by week found in this area of the site. That way you can prepare for what's going to be due when. You'll also see instructions on how to purchase access to comp class. Please make sure you access comp class before the first day of class. Step 4, be ready to learn day 1. The semester goes by really quick. The summer semester is short, so make sure you're ready to learn on day 1 of the semester. Please take the time to review the Blackboard environment, purchase your books, read the syllabus, and gain access to comp class before June 17th. All right, guys, good luck in your online learning adventure. I really look forward to working with you, and please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions.